Good evening to all of you. I profusely thank Scott Matthews for alignment of this session. I thank the session authors, Mr. Tim, Dr. Farhad, and Mr. John, for making it easy for me. Tim explicitly explained the importance of Level 2 inspection and the need for local authorities to undertake the same. Dr. Farhad mentioned about the details of the criticality of modeling and prediction of residual balance service life. John elaborated on the importance and the methodologies for structural health monitoring. That brings me now to dwell on my topic, which is analytics for bridge management, tool for ensuring sustainability and economic growth. To begin my talk, we need to understand how and why BMS involved. Post collapse of Silver Bridge, the inventory and inspection of all bridges revealed that large number of bridges needed remedial interventions. Fund availability for providing remedial measures were insufficient. This led to the birth of bridge management. The key objectives were fund optimization and risk management in scenarios of a bridge not provided with remedial intervention. It is critical to understand the significance of the word bridge management. Bridge management essentially begins after all inventory and inspections are completed. Bridge management is application of a protocol to the inspection data to decide on the key objectives of bridge management. This development of bridge management catered huge bridge inventories. All those with smaller bridge inventories, say less than 1000, were left out of the implementation. Most micro inventory owners do not have any funds to implement proper structured bridge management, and many of such authorities the world over implement it manually. We are forced out of the structured bridge management implementation. Evolution was essentially required. Bridge management always ensured evolution, and it's an ongoing process since early 70s when it was born. Today the scenario is we have aging global infrastructure. Authorities have their share of aging bridges. Such bridges are bound to show acute distress at the end of design service life. Symptoms alone would not indicate the presence of such incremental distress. When symptoms alone were found insufficient to deal with the distress identification, which is aimed to define the remedial intervention, cause-based management was evolved. This evolution happened in 80s and got accepted in 90s. Today, we are faced with aging inventory of bridges. Huge financial resources would be needed if each of such bridge were to be reconstructed at the end of the design service life. But equally important is the fact that safety is to be ensured. At the end of design life, fatigue generally sets in, distress due to overloading is predominant, corrosion arising due to carbonated cover is rampant. All these are not visible to the naked eye, so one must adopt tools and methods that provide us with accurate, reliable information. Performance-based management system was needed. Climate change is looming on the horizon. Sustainability ensures that a balance between the need to rehabilitate and the economic cost implications must be established. Incorporation of life cycle cost analysis is a solution. Optimization of fund allocation should be flexible, and ranking of bridges for fund optimization should account for the importance of technicalities, financial implications, sustainability, and risk from natural hazard. Conventional bridge management does not have a solution for all the above realities of today. Integrating standalone solutions under one umbrella is essential. Such a solution needs to address the technical needs of today's bridge population. That brings us to define what are the technical problems that an aging bridge inventory brings in. The inventory is not restricted only to urban geographies. Rural and semi-urban geographies also have their share of bridges nearing the end of service life. The level of technical expertise available in the rural area is of the level of a graduate engineer who is locally available. This is not the rule. For many times, expertise could be available locally by choice of the expert. A solution is required that does not force such inventory owners to abandon the implementation. Research needs to focus on the evolution of a solution that is cost efficient. Having a solution where the cost of implementing bridge management per bridge per year, whether you have 3,000 bridges or even 50 bridges, should be maintained to a level of $25 to $150 per bridge per year. Aging bridges show incremental distress not identifiable alone by visual inspection. Fatigue, overload impact, internal deterioration will need to be identified. Solution will have to address the need for having sustainable infrastructure. Solution would also need to be easy to implement technically. India, the country from which I hail, it is critical that micro inventory owners are provided with a solution within their budget. This may be the case with so many other developed nations also. Many authorities are unable to implement bridge management for paucity of fund availability. For a cost of $5,000 or $6,000 per bridge per year for implementing bridge management is unthinkable. Necessity is the mother of invention, and now we can say that necessity is the mother of innovation. We embarked on the research to evolve Indian bridge management post collapse of Damanganga Bridge, which I personally witnessed, and the images of the dead bodies of 26 young children being pulled out of the river got etched into my mind. Those images continue to haunt me even today after 20 years. On 30th October 2022, collapse of Morbi Bridge in a small rural town witnessed the death of 120 human lives. URG refocused the research to evolve a cost-efficient, technically updated system. We knew world over bridge management is still focused on major bridge inventory owners. Conceptualization of a cost-effective solution for the global stage was completed in 1 month. By early 2023, global analytics for bridge management was evolved for India. It was designed with a global audience in mind. Australian GABM, which I'm going to demonstrate in a short while, is an example of the conversion from Indian GABM to any other geography. Key factors of GABM are integration of new emerging technologies, resulting in a shift in decision-making process to a real-time performance-driven analytics. Short-term structural health monitoring defines the deterioration model. The system consolidates engineering judgment with real-time information about the dynamic changes in the performance of the bridge. Engineering judgment continues to remain the basis of all future action. Judgment is strengthened by reliance on scientific approach and observations. Optimization of fund allocation is achieved by inclusion of life cycle cost analysis. Lastly, there was an ability to implement within a very low budget and need for a minimum technical expertise. GABM integrates new innovative technologies, namely structural health monitoring, which acts like a force multiplier. The life cycle cost analysis system brings financial prudence. LCCA also makes it possible to include sustainability module. These integration results in cost efficiency and helps to maximize the lifespan of a bridge through timely provisions of remedial intervention. Here, I would like to bring to your attention that GABM helps to define the median service life. Median service life defines the precise time period window when enhancement in life is maximized due to remedial intervention. Short-term structural health monitoring is applied post level 2 inspection. Inspection results in identifying all the bridges in need for remedial intervention. If it is found that the budget available with the department is insufficient to provide remedial intervention for all bridges, then bridges which could not be provided repairs can be assigned to a group called Bridge Under Observation and Monitoring, or BUOM in short. Short-term structural health monitoring is a solution. Under this protocol, elements of the bridge which show extreme distress are monitored for short duration of time to observe the decrement in performance. Algorithm in GABM then uses this decrement in performance to make changes to the cause matrix generated during inspection, which subsequently results in deterioration models. Department is insufficient to provide remedial intervention for all bridges, then bridges which could not be provided repairs can be assigned to a group called Bridge Under Observation and Monitoring, or BUOM in short. Short-term structural health monitoring is a solution. Under this protocol, elements of the bridge which show extreme distress are monitored for short duration of time to observe the decrement in performance. Algorithm in GABM then uses this decrement in performance to make changes to the cause matrix generated during inspection, which subsequently results in deterioration models. LCCA, or Life Cycle Cost Analysis, is a tool that yields sustainability on the road network and brings in financial prudence. Within GABM, data is also collected for socio-economic parameters. These ratings help in evaluation of intangible impact of the bridge on the area of influence. Sustainable bridges on the network are safe, have longer service life due to long-term integrity. This results in safe and cost-efficient investments on the entire network. GABM ensures sustainability without compromising the economic growth potential of the area. Conclusions. Trustworthy data, which is realistically provided by GABM, enables sustainability without compromising the economic growth potential of the network. Real-time data provided by STSHM, financial prudence brought about by LCCA, and socio-economic parameters within GABM results in decision-making protocol which is accurate, realistic, and fine-tuned to the dynamics of changing bridge condition, especially for aging bridges. GABM moves ahead from the mandatory requirements of Level 1 and Level 2 inspection and provides to fulfill all the key objectives of bridge management. The key objectives being deterioration modeling, risk analysis, and fund optimization. I now move on to show a quick visual of the GABM Australia which we evolved. Thank you.
By early 2023, global analytics for bridge management was evolved. Key factors of GABM evolved is that it can be internet-free application. It can be operated on any laptop. It is even suited for bridge owners who must implement BMS for only 50 to 250 bridges.
It allows the user to log in using an individual username and password. Once you log into the application, you get an instruction screen which outlines the basic operational intricacies of GAB. You also have the facility to download the user manual which elaborately outlines the operational aspects of the GAB. Moving on, one needs to create certain basic data fields applicable for the entire year. These are inputs that are essential for the operational part of the algorithm. It includes basic data related to the departmental budget for the rehabilitation of bridges it owns, average salary of the population, cost of fuel, etc. All data fields are created and used for the year for which they are created. Having created these standard cost data, one can now add bridge data for the level of inspection you must perform in the year for which data has been created. You can now move to the bridge screen. This screen enumerates the list of bridges you have created and has data for all past inspections you performed. The historical data is visible when you press the History button for the bridge you want to view the previous history. You can add iterations for that bridge if the inspection for the same bridge is performed. Alternatively, you add a new bridge. The addition of bridge data begins with Add Bridge button. The addition of bridge data begins with inserting data for bridge identity with basic details of the bridge like its name, road on which the bridge is located, length and width of the bridge, number of spans, and year constructed. The next screen is bridge inspection details, regarding the level of inspection being performed, by whom, when, under what climatic conditions, dates for inspection, data compilation and approval of maintenance authority. Moving ahead, one can enter the details of location of the bridges using simple queries for which the option is either yes or no. This data enables one to understand the impact of location on the bridge's performance. Moving ahead, one needs to input the details of number of lanes on the bridge, the type of road, age, and load capacity of the bridge. This constitutes the bridge classification data. Then, the user is asked to submit details of distress symptoms seen on the bridge with simple queries like type and orientation of cracks seen, existence and severity of the various symptoms commonly seen in bridges like cracks, delamination, spalling, corrosion in rebars, distress near expansion joints or bearing, concrete disintegration, misalignment and bridge components. Finally, information is sought about the presence of severe distress in any single component. Then, input of the various types of elements, their code, and the number available in the bridge is required to be submitted. Each element status is required to be submitted in the form of rating number assigned by the inspector for the element after observation of presence or absence of distress in the element. This data makes it possible for evaluation of bridge structural rating number, BSRN in short. Two options are available for evaluation of BSRN. Either use statistical weighted average rating or the software can use artificial intelligence program to evaluate the BSRN based on all data provided by the inspector. This completes the official mandatory inspection data input. However, GABM moves ahead and seeks data about a few more fields to be able to perform and evaluate the results that provide the authorities with satisfaction of having completed the entire gambit of bridge management. The user is required to submit data related to the functional parameters of the bridge like deck geometry, vertical clearance, waterway adequacy and average daily traffic. Most of the data is collected in Level 2 inspection. Then the user must provide details of the socio-economic parameters like the social importance of the bridge, economic growth potential, presence of alternate route, and the environmental impact of the existence of the bridge. Post this, the cause matrix is created using AI tools of the software and exhibited for the confirmation of the user. Details of the bridge, related to financial cost of construction, period of construction is sought before seeking a confirmation from the user regarding the correctness of all data input during the compilation of the bridge inspection report. Once this confirmation is provided, results are generated instantly. Level 1 and Level 2 results are created by the software. Level 2 results include the details of reasons of deterioration and evaluation of balanced service life and absolute BSL. The result also indicates the primary reason of distress as per RE.N.1504 document. The financial results in terms of internal rate of returns both for tangible and non-tangible scenarios are presented. When multiple bridges on the network are inspected, The data is compared on the ranking and priority screen for all the inspected bridges in that particular year, and fund optimization is displayed. Option to alter the priority based on 3 parameters, namely engineering, financial and sustainability, are also provided to the user. This entire software has been created with the global fraternity of small inventory owners in mind. The cost efficiency is ensured for such micro or small inventory owners also. The cost per bridge irrespective of the inventory size. Further research aims to deliver the modules of risk assessment and management for natural hazards, automated bill of quantity for rehabilitation procedure as per N 1504, incorporation of short-term SHM monitoring of bridges not provided with immediate rehabilitation interventions, uploading and review of 3D models for the entire bridge, and photogrammetry models of individual elements showing extreme distress are likely to be incorporated in coming weeks. URG thanks the various authorities and organizations that have made it possible for us to complete this research and development.